Market's brutal, and a big bank says markets are going up 10% from here. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Daily Update, and this is take two because I forgot to turn the sound on take one. In the meantime, what do we have here? Well, we've got the markets were brutal, and again, not because they went up or down, because they went up. Okay, no big deal, but there's nothing going on. That's the bigger thing. It's the art of patience that we need to exhibit in these markets right now as we sit here and continue to watch them churn and do nothing. We're really just in a big, wide, sweeping congestion pattern that you have to sit back and be patient. Interestingly, one of the big banks that I used to trade against when I was an independent floor trader on the floor is now predicting a 10% higher numbers from here. And of course, they were the same ones that, you know, the biggest spoofers in the world that would tell you one thing and be doing the other. And I would venture to say that they're shorting the market right here, because right now the market action suggests that the buyers are all retail. The market action suggests that the commercials are already out and they're the ones who are taking the profit, allowing, like a boxer, carrying the round and carrying the boxers as they're getting ready for the markets, for the impending meltdown that we all know is coming. All right, now again, when it's going to come, I have no idea. I can't predict. But by the strength of the dollar today and by the weakness in the bonds, all we're seeing is we're getting closer to our target of a dollar at 97 to par and 10-year rates at 3.5%. That could create, obviously, a major stir, and we would expect to see that. Now, overall, Dow was higher, S&P was higher, NASDAQ was higher. Russell exploded today, getting very near or made a new high. Now, again, we'll see. That would be an index that I would consider shorting, but again, I'm recommending patience and discipline and sitting on the sidelines. But as we look, I can say to you that I think there's news pending again. I've said this almost every week, and every week we've had a news item. I haven't had the one that I really looked for yet, but I think it may come this week, and that is the deal on the trade wars. I think Mexico's coming in tomorrow. I think there's going to be a deal, I think, by watching the grains trade, which are higher today, and very back, and the corn and wheat are at least close to where they were before the USDA report. Soybeans still have a little work to do, but again, they've all rallied, and they're starting to hold pretty well. Meats were higher today on very lackadaisical, pathetic volume. So my guess is that they're all pricing in a news event coming and kind of waiting on the sidelines. That's how I see it, and I believe we'll see news in the next couple of days that should push these higher, and we're looking to be buyers pretty much across the board in the grains and in the meats. In the meantime, gold continues to be totally oblivious to the world. Every rally is sold. It can't hold up. It was up today a couple of bucks, but it was up like $8 early and sold off once again. Again, we know there's an explosion coming in gold. The whole formation suggests we're going to get a huge rally up, but I don't think it comes till we see at least 1180 on the downside. So we'll see how that plays out. Oil was lower, had a huge rally, got up almost or through 68, and then fell apart. And of course, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for oil to continue to be sold on every rally as we look for it to go lower. It looks to me that the cryptocurrencies made their lows today as Bitcoin dipped below 6,000. Again, I'm looking to be a buyer, and I don't want you to take money you can't afford. This should be beer money, Starbucks money, a little bit of extra, $100, $50, $200, whatever you got. I'd be putting small portions, not a lot. Okay, again, this is not a guarantee. There's no guarantees, but this is just, I think that this is the play, and especially with all the bashing that's going on right now with the cryptocurrencies, I think that those are a play here. Again, not for a lot of money. You want to put in little bits and pieces of extra money that you're not going to need tomorrow. But again, when we look at the overall picture, it doesn't look great. Okay, Amazon continues to fly high like there was nothing ever going to be wrong. And again, I'm not going to tell you that it can't go higher. I mean, it continues. Tesla continues to have troubles. And it looks to me like Tesla's going to head back south unless something happens. But I think they've got some other bigger issues and other problems here. So between the banks now starting to call for these ridiculous rallies, and between some of the other things that are going on, it looks to me that we're very, very close to a top here. Now, it doesn't mean that we go straight down. It means that I think the markets could go sideways here for a little while. I would expect to see one more run at the highs. okay, and then I would look for more aggressive selling. But until we get volatility steady, and today volatility got crushed, and until we get some volume, there's no real reason to get overly involved here. Again, it's August. I don't expect any major selling really until September, October. And usually the big months are in October. So we're starting to set up. There's a lot of warning signs out there, and we just continue to ignore them. Nobody cares. You know, the Turkey situation, yeah, Turkey itself is the GDP of Indiana. But when you start to add all these little pieces together, you could have some problems coming out here. So let's see how it plays out. In the meantime, very quiet. We're not going to get too involved here. We'll check it out, but you know that the dollar is rising, interest rates are rising. That's something to think about. That could create the next recession. So we'll see what happens. But for now, we're going to be patient and wait. This is Bubba's Daily Update. Todd Bubba Horowitz. And of course, I want to remind you, first of all, about our hedging webinar on Saturday at noon Eastern. Go to BubbaTrading.com. You can fill out and sign up for the webinar. It's free coming. You can now know what I'm talking about when I talk about the hedging all the time when we talk on the call here. So you can go there and see exactly what it is. If you can't make it, I'll send you the recording. Also, don't forget about our high school investing program. We really could use some help. We're getting close to having to shut the doors down, and we don't want to do it. We want to continue to educate after 9 years. If you want to help us out, go to Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. And don't forget to catch the Bubba Show every day from 4 to 5 Eastern at libertytalk.fm. This is Bubba's Daily Update. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.